The burnt egg roll?
And then you ended up getting into which law school?
Seattle University.
Okay. I know I've asked you this probably before, but like, what type of lawyer are you?
Like what area of law?
Yeah.
I guess is that what you?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I would say like legislative, like larger. You could just say public sector, so legislative, government.
So are you dealing with national laws or strictly like state laws?
Yeah, for me, it's everything. I'll look at federal stuff. Definitely doing most of my stuff with state because, it's state government. But then also a lot of local stuff too because I work in local government issues. So a lot of like city and county stuff too.
Oh, okay. I remember you saying you got to work with both the Dems and the Republicans, right?
Yeah. Our office is nonpartisan and we work for all of them. Yeah, it's just we help them kind of facilitate the whole process, like committee meetings, like floor action, type up all the bill reports, do the presentations. They want help drafting bills, amendments, stuff like that. Like we do all that stuff. That's what my office basically does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Does it? Does it sound super dry, or like what is your impression of that?
I would say for me personally, like I couldn't see myself doing that like every day, man. Maybe back then, like when I was like more ambitious for money, like I think I would, if depending on the price they put on it, I would consider it. But if you had to ask me, like, is that like something I would enjoy doing like every day? I would. Yeah. I could honestly say probably not. But let me ask you, since you're the one that is has to face it every day, or think about it at least. Like, how do you feel? Like, real talk. Like, is it like you see yourself like doing this for the next like X amount of years till you retire? Or you're like, damn, I just want to make enough money and then maybe go into something different.
I would say real talk. Like, I'm super happy with it. This is something I never expected to go in, or like never really even knew existed. Like, not every state has like these types of offices. Like California, I think California uses partisan staff. So the Democrats have their own staff, the Republicans have their own staff. I think Wisconsin's like another one similar to us that has a big office. But like, I kind of got going into law school, like I got more interested in like politics and, world affairs, national affairs, local stuff. And, working in the legislative area, you're really just like connected with it all the time. And like at the state level, we're trying to help them solve problems, like whatever it is, in environmental, health.
I was gonna say, see what you're
criminal justice.
What you're doing is like real politics to me. The shit that we see on TV, I'm like, yo, that's some bullshit, man. They change the story like so often, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like a media circus that goes in a circle, man.
Yeah. It's it's a business, and I think they kind of like pick up or key on like what they think is important, or like what sells news or whatever. So, it's kind of nice not to be focused on that at all. And I kind of had a feeling that I might be good for like law school or whatever, because I kind of like analyzing things, looking at a certain set of laws or like certain scenarios, and like what kind of like really fits real well, or like looking at different arguments for policies and trying to like objectively look at all of them and just kind of being aware of what's out there. So I don't, like, for my job, I don't make judgment calls. I just kind of know like what lever pulls this switch, what goes this way, like that. And, whatever the member wants to do, I just kind of help them go in that direction. And then in terms of like work-life balance for a lawyer, it's like fantastic. That was something I was kind of scared of going into law school, because I heard about like a lot of young lawyers, like, they get pulled into like law firms coming out and they're working like 60 plus hours a week and they just get like super burnt out, and they're working on super boring shit like transactions and stuff. You know, that's why I was kind of leaning more towards the public sector. They don't try to bleed you as dry as much because government's not a business.
I would
Not to say we don't try as hard, or we try less hard or anything like that, but it's just like it's a different atmosphere, it's a different environment, you know.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a side of law that not too many people like think about. At least like the common people, like we think about like the type of stuff we see in movies and TV shows, right? Like in the courtroom and they're talking shit back and forth.
Yeah.
The criminal law side, you know.
Yeah.
That would be fun too, right? To talk some shit back and forth.
Definitely.
But it would suck having to defend somebody that you're probably like, man, I know this motherfucker's guilty, right?
Yeah.
But I gotta lie and say,
yeah.
I gotta try to get him off, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's in that way we're just the same as other lawyers, right? Like maybe like a member has like a certain policy approach that like personally like we're not a fan with, but like we still go 100% for them, just like a lawyer may not love their client or think they're super guilty, but they're still like trying to defend them vigorously, you know.
Yeah. So what is like your title? It's
staff counsel.
Have you heard of the one called JD?
Oh yeah. I'm one of those too. That's basically like
your title, right?
Who gets that degree? It stands for a Juris Doctorate. That's the degree you get when you graduate from law school.
This concludes our danse macabre.